Hello my darlings, welcome to my YouTube channel Michelle Flawless. Today we're going to be talking about my ex-boyfriend Simon Parsons. So my ex-boyfriend was an absolute dickhead. Only used to care about himself. Was always on World of Warcraft. He was on World of Warcraft from 6 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock the next day. He did not care about me. I was background furniture to him. We had kittens at the time. We had 3 or 4 kittens, and the kittens would play like kittens do, and they would piss and shit all over the house. Even though I had the big litter trays out to catch it all, sometimes they'd do it on the floor. My boyfriend did not help with that. Cat shit used to go all over the floor. I was the one that had to clear up after the cats. I was the one that had to hoover the house from top to bottom, because when he did it, he would just do it so fucking lazy. He was just like, know what I mean? It was like hoovering like a fucking 2-year-old, honestly. Like, he could not, like, he just didn't give a shit, basically. He just didn't lay a finger to, like, clean my house, which used to be above Shelley's Tanning Centre in Great Yarmouth. It was a luxurious flat. It's a lovely place, honestly. I used to get so hot upstairs, though, because there was lots of solariums. There was 25 solariums under our ceiling in the living room and throughout the whole entire house. And the house just used to be so fucking hot, bruv. Dangerous. Very dangerous. We hardly ever had the heating on, because even in the winter when our business was open, you could just feel the heat from the sunbeds coming out of the whole entire fucking house, bruv. It was so hot. You might as well just be living on top of a fucking fire. So yeah, we never had the heating on and the house was always warm. But yeah. So we lived above Shelley's Tanning Centre. She was alright. Hi Shelley, if she's watching. She was nice to me. She used to be a bit of a woman that's a little bit two-faced, but I don't begrudge anyone for that, do you know what I mean? We all are a bit two-faced sometimes in our own way, and she was towards her customers, and that's fine, that's fair enough. That's the way that she wanted to be, and that's the way that she wanted to portray herself towards her customers. So it's completely up to her, and at the end of the day. She used to have a son called Dale. Hello, Dale, if you're watching. He was fit as fuck, and he was also gay. We used to chat as well quite a bit. So yeah, big shout out to Shelley if she's watching. Hello, my darling. But yeah, Shelley had to come into my flat one day because she heard me and my boyfriend having a fight, and we were having a massive argument about something. My ex-boyfriend would not even listen to me. He would not even come up the house, upstairs to help me or anything. And when we carried this great big huge massive industrial washing machine that I bought from British Heart Foundation one day, he deliberately couldn't like carry it, and he let go of it, and it come careering down the stairs and nearly killed the both of us, because it whacked me in the face, whacked us both on the floor, and yeah, it really did hurt. Really did hurt, not gonna lie. So if you ever want to carry a washing machine up the stairs, don't do it, because if that falls, it will kill you. I hate to say it. It's not nice me saying that, but it will kill you. This 28 kilogram wash machine that was literally the size of a fucking, like, you could get inside this wash machine, it was that big. But I'm a bit like a washerwoman. I like a big washing machine, do you know what I mean? My washing machine I've got at the moment is beautiful, and it's huge, and it's big, and it's nice, and it cleans my clothes lovely. Look at my immaculate clothes, my darling. Thumbs up for my immaculate clothes. I know I'm looking immaculate. I'm looking gorgeous. So yeah, my life is on the up. Who needs a decent washing machine and a fucking tumble dryer? And I got one. Yay. But yeah, my washing machine was 1,000 and my dryer was 700. So yeah, that's why it looks so good. Looks like I've ironed it, doesn't it? Does actually look like I've ironed it. But I haven't. But yeah, anyways. So yeah, my ex-boyfriend was like a bit of a narcissist. He was somebody that you could not love. He used to make me cry quite a lot. because I tried my hardest to love him, but I never got that love back. And him calling a blowjob. He used to walk into the bedroom with his big cock hanging out and be like, babe. He's like, yeah. He's like, do you want to slap me off? And I'm thinking, obviously I said yes. But that was sex. And I put up with that for 7.5 years. So 7.5 years. He never used to give me any sex at all. So if I wanted oral sex, if I wanted a blowjob and stuff, that would never happen. He fucked me once and we had anal sex to celebrate when we moved into my other big house, which was it was Howard Street in Great Yarmouth. We lived there for a good few years. That was my godfather's house. Because he offered that to me and him before shit went down. But yeah, Simon, my ex-boyfriend, was just a very cold, condescending narcissist and very full of himself. Just a prick. He used to treat his friends better than me. If there was somebody that he just met over the phone or whatever, he would speak to them in a completely and utterly different tone to how he would me. I met Simon at the Glasshouse College years and years ago. It was love at first sight. It was like a big massive courtyard, and in the middle of the courtyard was a great big huge pond with a fountain in it. And he looked at me. He's 6'4". I'm 5'11", and I love tall, scally, hung tall guys, right? But he wasn't scally. He's just like a proper professional kind of really gorgeous, kind of well-built, broad-shouldered, tall guy, which I like, right? They're the type of guys I go for. So if you're one of those watching, get in touch. But yeah, so he saw me across the courtyard and we made eye contact. And I was like, right? That's the eye contact we had because we just couldn't take our eyes off each other. We were besotted with each other. And then at lunchtime, we basically plucked the courage up and he came over to me and he was like, oh, so I'm Simon. I was like, what's your name? So I told him who I was. I said, I'm Matthew. Nice to meet you. And we got chatting over lunchtime, which was his obviously break time it was. And he told me that he was gay. And I was like, oh God, me too. Like, do you know what I mean? And we both sat there and, you know, it was quite romantic, to be fair. He had an extremely deep voice. Now, because I'm a girl, deep down, don't panic. I'm not transgender. I'm not a freak. I just feel like if I was to be reincarnated or reborn, I'd be a woman because that's the essence that I've got inside of me. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, Michelle here will always go for a very tall, scally, hung guy or a guy that is very like, right down there, bruv. Do you know what I mean? So he'll have a proper deep voice. And my future husband will be like a guy that's either a builder, that's bisexual or straight, but wants to give it a go with being with a feminine guy. You know what I mean? So yeah, that would be my ideal future husband. But yeah, I just want someone to love me before I die. But before I'm 40, I want to find a man that loves me and treats me right. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to die alone. I want to go on loads of holidays. I want to live in a beautiful house with my boyfriend. I just want to be happy. I want to have loads of wild sex. I want to take drugs with my future scally hung boyfriend. I don't give a fuck. If it kills me, it kills me. I just want to be loved. I want to be adored. I want to be treated right. I want to go on holidays. And just loads of wild, hot, horny, passionate sex. That's all I want. I'm not asking much in this life. You know what I mean? I'm really not. Ooh, the bubbles went to my membrane. I'm drinking dragon soup from this. 7.5% volume of drugs. Okay now. Hope it don't knock me unconscious. But yeah, he was just very self-centered and very just like a person that just used to keep himself to himself, but like, yeah, he was very hard to love. He had me in tears most nights because I tried my hardest to love him, but you can't love a narcissist. You can't love somebody with Asperger's syndrome. I know that's going to sound horrible, but I don't ever think I could go with a hung guy that's got Asperger's syndrome because it was just so hard to live with. I tried my absolute hardest to love him and to be there for him. But let's just say I was in tears most nights. We used to like go to bed together. And probably a lot of couples watching this video will agree with me. But when you've been with your boyfriend or your girlfriend for several years and you get pissed off with them, you're going to turn your back to them when you sleep. And that's exactly what he started doing to me. So all of that lovely cuddling and him holding me close to his chest when we went to sleep to each other, or me sleeping on his cock, that used to be quite a kinky thing I did. Screws and what? Screws the pun. But I used to sleep with his dick in my mouth. I did. It was quite comforting, to be fair. A lot of couples do that. Straight couples do that. Do you know what I mean? I spoke to a girl that used to tell me she used to sleep with her boyfriend's cock in her mouth. It's like a pacifier, and it's like fucking... But I'd done this once in a gay chems party. This bloke slept with his cock in my mouth. And I woke up early hours in the morning as he bit it, as he was dreaming, and he was like... I was like, oh! So yeah. But my boyfriend wasn't that good looking. And one day... pardon me. It all came to kind of blows because he basically had been drinking loads of alcohol. And I came home one day, and you're going to laugh, and you're going to say, what the fuck happened? Well, I thought it was raining, and it wasn't raining. He was basically pissing in the bath, all up the wall, all in the bath, when he was like proper drunk. Could you imagine how I felt? I was angry, but I did find the funny side. So he was urinating all in the bath and all up the wall because he got himself that fucking drunk. I mean, what type of person does that? And then we'll take this beer can, say for argument's sake. He used to urinate in beer cans and piss all over the floor. Urinate in beer cans and stand all around the floor because he couldn't be asked to go for a pee. Because apparently he said to me he used to be too scared because I used to tell him what to do all the time. Well, I'm sorry. I wasn't telling him what to do. I did get quite controlling, I'm not going to lie, at one point. Because he never used to help me. There was me putting all the fucking effort in, bruv, to do the fucking housework. And he just used to sit there back on his computer and do fuck all. So how do you think that made me feel? So I'm spending loads of money. I was the stupid cunt that spent £750 deposit on this beautiful 3-bedroom house for me and Simon. And he was in Coventry at the time, then with his parents. And this is when we first got together. Oh, here we go, Simon again. Excuse me, when I choke on my fucking straw. It's gone. Sorry about that. You're back in the room. You fell off the window. Forgot to put your hold in with drillings. But yeah, basically he used to treat me really bad. And it used to upset me because he used to go to the university. And there was one particular evening where he had like this prom night kind of thing on because he was a student. And he invited all of his friends, but he didn't invite me. You know what I mean? And then I used to go to my mum in tears because of him. And then my mum was the one that had to comfort me and say, Matthew, babe, you're fine. You'll find somebody else. You can do better than him. You know what I mean? There was even points, there was even times where my mum used to come down to where me and Simon used to live in Great Yarmouth above Shelley's Tanning Centre. Don't go there, that's just where we used to live. But it was above Shelley's Tanning Centre. And my mum was banging on the door one day. And she was like, what's going on? She was like, you two are fighting again. You two are arguing again. You two need to stop it. Do you know what I mean? Life is too short. And my mum used to stand in the hallway and she used to basically say, come on, you two, kiss and make up. Come on, you love him, really. You know what I mean? That's what she used to say to Simon. And I don't begrudge my mum for trying to help me and to try and help Simon get back with me. But when you both hate each other and you're in a very toxic relationship, that kind of shit does not help. Do you know what I mean? It just does not help. I don't care what anyone says. When you're in a toxic relationship and it's complicated, don't bother. Just get out of it. Because the more you stay in that relationship and it's complicated, regardless if it's complicated or not, you're just going to end up upset. You know what I mean? You're going to go round and round in circles because you're trying so hard to be with that person and love that person. But you know deep down, they're never going to love you as much as you want them to love you. And that's what I used to face day in, day out with my ex-boyfriend. Do you know what I mean? That's when I used to stumble across Dean Eastwood. Hello, Dean, my darling, if you're watching. Hope you're well. He's going to get married to his girlfriend eventually, so I hope he's well. I'm sorry it didn't work out between me and you, Dean, but even Dean, he used to treat me far better than my ex-boyfriend, Simon. You know what I mean? He used to treat me far better until we had a little arguments there and then, but you know, won't go into that. But, yeah. I was lonely more than anything, and I was with him for 9 years, and he just used to shut Michelle out. He just used to put his headphones on, and I'll show you exactly what he used to do. Excuse me a minute, guys. Go find my headphones. I lost my fucking headphones now. Where they gone? So basically, do you like my headphones? There's no point in me here having these because I can't fucking hear it anyway. So I've got 15,000 watts of speakers around the house so I can actually hear my music properly. There we go, I used to put these on. Oh, it's matching. Oh my God, my darlings. Thumbs up for the matching, tapping the matching headphones. Doesn't it look gorgeous? Oh, look, I'm matching everywhere. Oh, so divine, my darling. Such a queen. Such an icon. But yeah, so he used to put these on. And I couldn't fucking hear him, Buff, could I? When he had his fucking stupid batty boy fucking gaming headphones on, he just used to set me out, fucking shut me out. Do you know what I mean? So one day, Michelle lost it. And she threw some water over his computer. And I used to train the kittens. I used to get a laser pen. And I used to train the kittens how to switch the switches off where his computer was. I did. So he basically ended up with a computer that kept being switched off by kittens. It's fucking hilarious. When he was on his game, he was like, one of my kittens was called Esmeralda, right? So I was like, Esmeralda! Leave the switch alone, leave the switch alone. But then he didn't know because I was in the corner. going like that, the laser pen, and the kittens used to chase the laser pen around the floor. Fucking hilarious. So I taught the little kittens how to turn his computer off all the time. Then when that wasn't enough, his computer that his dad made him claimed it was £12,000. Trust me, it was a very expensive computer. And it was one of the ones that was a custom built one. So he pissed me off from ignoring me for about a good couple of months and treating me like shit. So I thought, you know what? I fucking had enough of you on this fucking game. Don't do this, girlfriends out there, my darlings, because this might get you in a lot of trouble. But I did. I literally, when he was out, I kicked the living shit out of the fucking tower of the actual system of the computer. And I tipped water in the top of the computer system. He come home and he was like, he put his headphones on, went to go on his World of Warcraft, right? We'll just pretend we're my ex-boyfriend, we're fat, right? And we're obese, we're overweight. He's not too fat, but my boyfriend had a belly, right? So it was like that, yeah, sitting on his computer. And it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck, bub? Why is it not working? 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 And I sat in the background like, I don't know, I'm hoovering. I don't fucking know. You probably left it on for too long. Do you know what I mean? What are you asking me for? I mean, we'll do it better. We'll just pretend we're hoovering, right? Ready? I don't use this hoover much anymore. So just pretend we're hoovering. Right. So we're going like that, right? He's like, obviously kicking off. I'm like, you what? Well, I don't know, you left it on, didn't you? I didn't fucking touch it. I mean. So yeah. And then when he did find out it was me, he kicked off at me. He punched me in the face. He threw the coffee table at me, which was in our living room. He grabbed me by my neck, and we had like a really big, huge, beautiful Victorian stone fireplace in the middle of the room. And he threw me across the room, and nearly, I had a massive nosebleed. I was lying in my own blood. And at 2:30 in the morning, I was screaming my head off because he had me lying in the pool of my own blood. And let me tell you guys, I hate to say it, regardless if you're puff or not, you might as well just fucking bury your own fucking grave if you're in a gay relationship, because let me tell you this now, when it goes wrong with you and your boyfriend, it goes fucking wrong, bruv. You know what I mean? The amount of gay couples I've spoken to over the years that have been in abusive relationships where either the boyfriend's killed him, he's been jealous, he's cheated on him. This lesbian couple that I spoke to years ago in Birmingham, she swallowed her fucking wedding ring, do you know what I mean? I remember these two lesbians, years and years ago now, were fighting outside in the courtyard. This was in Starbridge, where I used to go to the Glasshouse College, where I met my boyfriend Simon. These two lesbians were outside on the grass, and they were aggressively fighting with each other just about nothing, which created negative atmosphere in my flat, and there was a poltergeist in my flat. I've still got the poltergeist years on, because it's still here now with me now. But she swallowed her wedding ring, basically. I was like, you fucking bitch, you fucking whore, boom, boom, boom. The police were called, and they had to fucking separate these lesbians. Yeah? So do I think gay relationships are healthy? No. They can be quite handsome. It is nice when two men kiss, I'm not going to lie. But are you prepared to put up from the shit when it goes wrong? If your boyfriend's cheated? If you're not happy? It ends up in a bloodbath? I got speaking to this guy a while ago on Facebook that told me his boyfriend came in and obviously this was this was the friend of the boyfriend that got stabbed. But he'd found out that he'd been cheating on him on Grindr, and he stabbed him to death in front of his friend in the living room. Awful. Absolutely awful. So would I say being gay is dangerous? Would I recommend not being gay? Would I say being gay is toxic?